Good evening, this is your night before news video for Further Maths Paper 1, which is tomorrow morning. Just aiming to go through some last minute advice of what you should be revising tonight and how you should be going about doing this. So let's think about what's going to be in the exam. Now, it doesn't seem like a very helpful thing to say, but it could be anything. So remember that 50% of the content is just your GCSE maths content. So this could include any of these things here. So you've got index rules, algebraic fractions, coordinate geometry, equations of circles, forming and solving equations, functions, product rule for counting, algebraic proof, surds. And we will be able to make a better prediction once we have done paper 1. If we're thinking about the further maths content specifically, could be anything from the scheme of work at this stage, although things that require a calculator, as this is your non-calculator exam, less likely to come up. Okay, so big numbers of binomial expansion, something difficult to calculate with larger values in it, or maybe some trigonometry with, again, non-standard exact trig values. For topics, I'd like you to look back at the revision list that I compiled. I've put the pages on the screen now. Obviously, it's difficult to read and see small in this video, but this is still on Arbor for you as a PDF. You've got a list of every single topic in the further maths scheme of work. You've got an example of what a particular question might look like, and then you have got lots of resources that you can use to revise those particular topics. So here's a link to a video to explain it. There's links to exam questions and solutions, and sometimes I was able to find multiple sources of exam questions on that topic, and I've listed all of those there. So you can go through the list, you can see what you're less confident with, you can maybe watch a video on it, and you can then click on those resources to revise. So on top of that, you can go onto Arbor. You have got all of the previous lessons. I uploaded those every week, so you can look back through those previous assignments on Arbor. You've got the PowerPoint, and there would always be a link to the exam questions and the solutions as well. If you want to do more work on specific topics, again, go on Arbor to find those lessons. You've also got Sparks Maths. If you go to Independent Learning, just check that you are on the AQA Level 2 Further Maths curriculum, and then you can search for some topics. Corbett Maths does have a Further Maths section, so you'll need to go to More and then select Further Maths, and then you'll get a list of topics that you can then answer the questions on, watch a video if you need to, and you've got answers. These are part of the topics that I have linked to from that sort of big scheme of work document. And similarly with first class maths, if you go to revision on there, go to level 2 further maths, and you've got the same thing, a list of topics. You've got videos, you've got exam questions, you've got solutions, and again, I've linked to these through that big sort of master document as well. If you want to look at papers, you can obviously use anything that you have been given that you've not finished yet. There is much less in volume of past papers and practice papers for these further maths exams. But again, first class maths has compiled all the ones that are available. So if you go to exam papers and then make sure you're on level 2 further maths, you will find the past papers that are eligible to be released to the public. So there's June 2023 is not on there, but 2022, 2021 is, and also the specimen papers, because from their new specification they had. Tomorrow morning the hub will be open from 7. I'll make sure that I'm down there giving you any last minute support if you want any. Please bring in any particular questions that you haven't been able to answer for us to look at. We'll do a line-up at 8:25 with the rest of the school, and then we'll come into the gym and there will be breakfast revision for us to do together again before your exam later on in the afternoon. Final advice, just the same as you would normally do for any of your maths exams, make sure you do attempt every question. Read the last line before you move on just to check that you've actually answered it. Keep thinking about your sensible answers and use all of the time given to you. Good luck, and I'll see you in the morning.